Oh, testing, testing. Yes, here's the voice. Okay, now here, finally, before your half-year exam, we have our chapter 19 video. Now you see here, the notes is on chapter 19 and chapter 20, but obviously I'm not going to cover chapter 20 for now, because you know your half-year is only up to chapter 19. All right, so let's get it done very quickly. All right, now here, let's see. Now, to study money, like I said, in our classes, we actually need to go to the situation when there is no money. Okay. Now, when there is no money, let's say, okay, let's say the story goes like this. Okay. Now, I have an egg here, and then you have, let's say, water. Yes. Now, if I want some water from you, obviously I can't pay you any money, right? Therefore, I need to pay you in goods. I need to pay you in goods. And you also, if you want my eggs, you need to pay me in products. Okay. Now, when products are exchanged for products, we call this a barter. 以物易物中文嘅. Okay. Now, but obviously, in this system, we have a lot of problems. Now, the most important problem is that we very easily it will lack the double coincidence of wants. For example, all right, again, I produce egg, you produce, now this time not water, okay, let's say you produce beef, 係咪？你養牛嘅，我養雞嘅，咁先算 beef. Unfortunately, now what I want for now is pork. 其實我想要豬肉㗎。係咪？ So you see a problem, right? You want some eggs. Yes, I can give you some eggs. But in the condition that you need to give me some pork. Unfortunately, you cannot give me any pork. Now the result is simple, okay? When it happens, it means that we have no trade. 冇得 trade 咯，係咪？ Because there is no double coincidence of wants, right? One of us will not be satisfied. Therefore, one of us will not trade. Okay, 好嘛? Now, second, indivisibility or heterogeneity of products. Now, these two are two different terms. Okay. Now, indivisibility. Now, think about it as yes here. Now, don't mind my drawing. Okay. Now, let's say this is a cow. Now this is a cow, okay? 牛嚟㗎嚇 cow. Now when you do trading, right? Let's say I only sell you an egg, 係嘛？我賣隻蛋你冇嚟成隻牛賣俾我㗎，係咪？ So I say I want part of the cow. You find a problem, right? It is very difficult to break it down into, let's say, here, and then we have here, right? Very difficult, right? This is not easy to do that. In fact, if you do that, usually it means that you kill the cow, and then the quality of the beef will deteriorate very quickly. Okay, this is very hard to do so. Now also for heterogeneity, here heterogeneity, because you know, one cow may different from another cow, one egg may different from another egg. 有隻壞嘅，有隻冇壞嘅，係咪？ Therefore, not very good. Now, next one, lack of common measure of product value. Now, what do we mean by here? Okay, now let's say in an economy there are several. Okay, there are product A, product B, product C, product D, product E, product F. Now, immediately you see the problem, right? Because barter will have a lot of ratio. Let's say A to B, A to D, A to C, A to E, A to F, already 5 ratios. And then you see C and B 1 ratio and that kind of thing. 你見唔見啊？開始亂啦 okay? Now the ratios is creating a serious mess here, right? Because we have so many goods to do the ratio, the relative price. Then we have a problem. Very difficult to calculate, right? So no good. Hard to store wealth. Now this one is easy to remember, right? The cow, it will die, right? So you see, with money, you say I store up $100, then it's $100，100蚊就100蚊啦。但係啦，而家問題就係啦，你而家咁樣去儲嗱，the cow right quite difficult to store it up right because it will die. Same for eggs. Eggs you put it for 10 more days, it goes bad, right? So this one 嗱呢個唔解啦，好唔好啊 ？Low portability, no need to think. The cow, OK， 我唔解啦。冇 now let's see some examples. Let's see some examples. OK， 嗱 here 睇睇啦，睇例子啦。Now exchange with the use of money differs from barter exchange in that the former we are thinking about the money is controlled by government, but later is not. Now this is obviously irrelevant, right? 係嘛 irrelevant. Now has a price for each good, but the later has not. No, there is still price. It's only a matter of nominal price versus relative price. 係嘛？純粹咁啫嘛。Now C does not require the double coincidence of wants. Yes, money does not require. In fact, why it doesn't require is that because everyone wants money. 個個都想要錢㗎啦，係咪啊 ？Already there is a double coincidence of wants for money， 係咪啊 ？But barter economy may not have it. Okay, involve competition, but later does not. No, actually, every economy with scarcity, 係咪啊 ？Scarcity automatically means there would be competition， 一定有嘅。Okay, now this is chapter 1. Now, next one. When a barter economy changes to an economy that uses money in exchange, now barter to money, finding trading partner becomes easier. Yes, very easy because, okay, no need for double coincidence of wants. 係咪又係嗰個啦 You don't need to find someone that actually wants your product, but instead you just find someone needs money, which is everyone. Okay, so finding trading partner easier. Making transactions involving future settlements becomes easier. Yes, making transaction easier. 唔使諗咩 future settlement 啦。Okay, everything becomes easier. Agreeing upon a price takes a longer time. No, it actually takes a shorter time because money, cash, 100蚊就100蚊。$100 is $100. Okay, it won't differ in quality, so it takes a short time. Okay, so it should be 1 and 2. 好嘛？好。Two more. Here. Now, which of the following statement about money are correct? Let's see which one is correct. Okay, now are correct actually. Okay, now under electronic payment system, transaction will still be settled with money. Okay, now obviously, right? This is, let's say, now we have not learned electronic payment system yet, so I suggest let's put a question mark here first. We look at 2 and 3. Now deflation reduce the purchasing power of money. Actually, no. It's just the opposite. Deflation means lower price. 價平咗嘛 With lower price, can you buy more things or buy less things? Actually, you buy more. Because more means higher purchasing power. Actually, it doesn't reduce. So, we know 1 and correct, 3 is correct. With the use of money, there is no need to have double coincidence of wants. Yes, obviously, right? Now, finally, here, an economy that changes from a little bit. Now let's see whether this is better. Okay, now because it's morning. Okay, it's actually very sunny outside. So let's see whether this is better for you or not. Okay, now because it's a little bit dark, I think. Now here, an economy changes from barter to using money in exchange would reduce something. Okay, reduce something from barter to money. The need for specialization, no. The need for exchange, no. Time for searching partner, yes. We don't need to search that hard. Okay, frequency of making a payment, actually it's just the opposite. It should increase the frequency. Okay, 好嘛？嗱，呢個唔解太多啦。Now, once we understand barter Now it's time to go into money, okay? When we talk about the definition of money. Okay, here, money refers to anything that is generally accepted. Now, 唔好漏咗呢個字 not just medium of exchange, but generally accepted that everyone wants. Okay, basically means everyone wants. 個個都想要嘅，好嘛？嗱 remember, as a money, there are 4 functions of money that you must all satisfy in order to be a money. Okay, now the first one we call medium of exchange. Okay, basically for trading, we accept money to trade something. Okay, medium of exchange. Now, second one, okay, let's go to a store of value. Okay, now when you save up money, what are you saving up? You are saving up your purchasing power. Remember, the keyword here is the purchasing power. So when you answer question regarding store of value, you say something about purchasing power. 嗱，呢兩個容易嘅，唔解啦。嗱 unit of account, okay, what does it mean by unit of account? It means that prices are quoted in money. Now, for example, in Hong Kong, the prices are quoted in Hong Kong dollar. Now, therefore, Hong Kong dollar is the money in Hong Kong because all prices are quoted in Hong Kong dollar. Okay, now, standard of deferred payment. What does that mean? Actually, this is also unit of account. But this is a future version. Okay, we are talking about in future. Let's say installment, 係嘛？分期付款，係嘛？ Future, the prices are quoted in money. Again, in Hong Kong, if you want to pay an installment, 係咪？假設啦，一次過俾唔起 like a mortgage, right? You can't pay in one go. Then you say I pay later each month. Okay, 我每個月俾啦，係嘛？我每個月俾啦。They are all quoted in Hong Kong dollar. Now, therefore, Hong Kong dollar is the money in Hong Kong. 得唔得？港幣咪係香港咯，因為全部都 quote 噶嘛。Alright, so you see, these two are very similar. Only one that is now, one is future. 好嘛？咁樣記得㗎啦，好容易嘅。Now, let's move on and look at some examples. Here. Okay, now, here. Drivers can buy ticket from tunnel company for using tunnel service. Now, this ticket is not a standard of deferred payment. Okay, now not a standard of deferred payment. Now, in other words, now remember, standard of deferred payment, we are talking about a unit of account, but a future version. 得唔得？ Future version. Here, it should be this one. Payment in the future, in general, is not denominated in the tickets. 通常都唔係用啲飛 in future, not quoted or denominated in tickets. This is the answer that we want. Okay, other purchasing power stored can only be used for certain. Now, this is something to do with medium of exchange. 唔係間間都收㗎，係咪啊？得佢哋收啫嘛，係咪啊 ？Medium of exchange. Most people do not use. Okay, now this is also something to do with medium of exchange. The value of most goods and services are not measured in terms. Now this is now, okay, unit of account. So unfortunately, the three of them does not match with a standard of deferred payment. All right, now next one here. Now, which of the following statement about money are correct? 邊個啱啦？望一望啦。Okay, the purchasing power will remain unchanged in times of deflation. No, inflation, deflation, purchasing power will change. Therefore, 2 and 3 already we know. Now, 2. Wider use of money will reduce the cash used by the public. Of course, let's say Octopus card 用八達通咁咪唔帶咁多現金咯，係嘛 ？Of course, right? Now, money helps people to accumulate their purchasing power. Now, this is what they call the store of value or store of wealth. 係嘛 ？Yes. Okay. 2 and 3. Now, next one. Time deposit is better than demand deposit in serving, let's see, unit of account. Is it? No. In fact, if you look at the prices, they are all quoted in Hong Kong dollar, but not quoted in time deposit or demand deposit. No, you never see people quote prices in these. Okay, now store value because it bears interest. Yes, time deposit bears interest. Therefore, your purchasing power, purchasing power over time will actually increase. Yes, store of value. Okay, now medium of exchange generally acceptable. No, people accept Hong Kong dollar, don't accept deposit. And standard of deferred payment 唔講啦呢個 okay. Alright, now next one. In inflation, okay, people are less willing to keep the wealth in the form of money. This is because at the time, a function of money served as something is weaker. Now remember, inflation means purchasing power would go down. When purchasing power, store of value 好嘛？嗱呢啲嘢其實基本上真係睇 keyword 嘅啫，睇 keyword 做人就 OK 嘅啦。Okay, now next one. When prices of a good is quoted in renminbi, okay, renminbi 嗱 quoted quote 呢個價即係咩意思啊 ？Unit of account 咯，係嘛？睇字眼得噶啦。Now, which of the following statement about money is or are correct? Okay, now deflation reduce no. Inflation reduces, not deflation. 係嘛 ？So no, not A. Money does not exist in a cashless society when transactions are settled through electronic payment system. Remember, cash is money, okay? But money is not limited to cash. So even without cash, money can still exist. No. Now, with then it will be C, right? Because D, all of the above. No. With the use of money in exchange, exchange is possible even when do not have double coincidence of bonds. Yes, this is the standard answer. 唔講啦。好，而家補。Now here, new online investment, okay, investment fund. 好啦，望一望啦。Recently, analyzed return of this, but the level, by contrast, banks only offer this kind of interest. 係嘛 ？Interest and interest. When you see interest, you see 嗱，你見到呢個字有利息，即係咩意思啊 ？Interest means your purchasing power would go up. Therefore, we know store value. Okay, unit of account. No, both of them are not quoted as a price. No one quotes price in bank deposit, and no one quotes price in 餘額寶. Okay, higher purchasing power in the future. Yes, standard answer. Okay, now finally, on the island, people sell their goods and services in exchange for salt and use salt to buy whatever they want. There is no money. No. We do not agree because salt is the generally accepted medium of exchange. What does that mean? It means, in fact, this is already our money. 呢個咪錢嚟嘅咯，係嘛？ So there is money because salt is the money in this society. Okay, 得唔得？ 嗱 all are by definitions，OK？ 呢啲係 definition 嘅嘢嚟嘅，我唔嘥咁多時間啦，好嘛？嗱 finally here we have this advertisement, right? Now above advertisement and buy a new phone by installment. Now in this payment, which following function did it perform? Now let's see, okay? First, medium of exchange. 有冇 medium of exchange 啊？ Of course, since they accept money. Store of value. Is there any mention of storing up your purchasing power? No. Okay? Now, unit of account. You see, right? Money. Yes. Standard of deferred payment. Where do you see? Installment. Standard of deferred payment. Okay? So, these three functions are already given. Okay? Now, finally, which two functions would be affected? Now, first, I think you already know. Store of value. Because our purchasing power would decrease. Now, second function, I would also say, is medium of exchange. Because people may decide not to accept money, money because, well, let's just say it's too cheap,好嘛? Okay, so these are the functions of money. Again, very standard. Stick with definition, nothing special. 好嘛，係咁嘅咋，冇特別嘢㗎。Now, let's move on to characteristics of good money, which quite easily understandable. Generally acceptable, 唔解。Stable in value. I mean stable in value. Okay, now stable in value. What does it mean by stable in value? Now think about it. Let's say an egg. If you put it for too long, it may become rotten. When rotten, value would decrease. Now this is not a good money, okay? Because not stable in value. Okay, now portable, 唔解，唉，費事解啦。Divisible, it means it should be easily broken down into different value. Let's say $100. You can easily break down into two $50 banknotes. 好易啫嘛。This guy you can further break down into this with 3 banknotes, right? This is a good money, okay? Divisible, okay? Homogeneous, okay? This banknote and this banknote and this banknote, they are exactly the same. Won't make a difference. As opposed to, let's say we have 3 cows. Cow A, cow B, and cow C. 3隻牛 okay? It can be vastly different. 有隻大隻啲，有隻好味啲，有隻就靚女嚟嘅。Let's say, okay? It will be vastly different. Okay? Durable. Now, I already say, right? Durable. How long it can be kept. Okay? Now, banknote, very easy to kept. Okay? 嗱呢個唔解啦。Now, most important of all is actually low intrinsic value. When we talk about low intrinsic value, we are talking about the value of alternative use. 有冇其他用途啊？ Now let's say an egg. When we use an egg as money, besides using it as money, what else can we do? We can actually cook it to eat. So you see, right? When you use the money, you are giving up the value of eating the egg, as opposed to our bank note. 我哋平時用 bank note 咋 ？Okay, now $100. Besides using it as 100, it is very difficult to find other uses that is almost equivalent to $100. For example, maybe you can use the banknote to, let's say, to wipe your mouth. 抹嘴 I think wiping your mouth, the value is very low, right? Much lower than 100, right? So this is a good money because it forced you into a decision of using the money, using it as money instead of other things. Okay, 好嘛? Now finally, scarce. Of course, it should be scarce, 係嘛? Or else, if not scarce, then there will be no value. Like air. If we use air as money, then we have a problem. No one will be paying anything because air not scarce. 都唔係唔夠 邊個想要啫？係咪啊 ？No one would want it. Okay, 得唔得啊 ？So these are the good. These are the characteristics of good money. Okay, now let's look at some examples to see those in practice. Okay, now first, banknotes better than demand deposit because the former is more or less safe. Okay, which one? Okay, let's see. Generally acceptable 咯。Usually people accept banknotes. You can't go, hey, let me give you my demand deposit card. You get money. No. Okay, more generally acceptable. 其他唔解咯，好唔好啊？ Now another one. 哇，做乜嘢啊？呢個光。Now during wartime, okay, during wartime, gold is a better form of money than paper money. Okay, gold better than paper because gold is more generally acceptable again. Okay, now I think I don't need to explain, right? Durable, both are durable. Portable must be paper money, but how come gold is more generally acceptable? Now, because gold actually quite they have a store of value, right? Now during war, you get some paper money, their value will drop by a lot. Okay, this guy will drop by a whole lot. While gold, usually when you don't keep money, you buy gold just to have a more stable value. Okay, 好嗎? So next one, let's go to the next one. Here, gold better than diamond because the former is more, yes, first of all, easily divisible. You know, diamond not easy to cut up. Okay, now scarce, I would actually put a question mark here. I think diamond is actually way more scarce than gold. Okay, now I've asked your chemistry teachers. Okay, now your chemistry teacher already verified. Yes, diamond is has smaller quantity than gold. Okay, and the demand for diamond is actually much higher. Okay, now homogeneous. Okay, homogeneous. Yes, actually, gold are more homogeneous than diamond because you know, diamond, there are many dimensions, the cutting, the purity, etc. Okay, it can vastly different. Okay, so 1 and 3. Now next one. Check are preferred to banknotes and coins when acting as a medium of exchange in large transaction. 好大量啦 because more portable 咯。Let's say we are talking about this amount. If you bring cash, good luck with that. Okay, good luck with that. You need let's say a car of cash. 係嘛？你成車咁樣過去啦。Okay, good luck with that. So portable. Okay, 好嘛？嗱。Gold is better than jade, 係嘛? Now, why? Because first, yes, of course, more easily acceptable. And B, yes, divisible. 切金梗係容易過切 jade 啦，係咪啊？嗱 jade, you know, jade is rather hard, right? 唔係你諗嗰啲啊 ，okay? The real jade, okay, is rather hard, okay? Now, unlike gold, the more pure the gold is actually very soft. Okay, you know gold is soft, right? Now, homogeneous, yes, also. You know jade, they also talk about whether it's transparent, whether it's pure or not. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Now here, fish is not a good unit of account because they are not homogeneous. You, okay, fish, are big, small, fresh or not fresh, different. Okay, differs in quality by a lot. Now next one. Country A uses gold as its currency. Now suppose the scientists in the country have found a method to produce gold at nearly zero cost. Zero cost. 嗱係咪突然間零成本啦 ？Government will give up. Now when it is zero cost, you can produce infinitely. When something becomes infinite, okay, it will not be scarce. Okay, 得唔得啊 ？Alright, now next one. Gold is a better form of money than grain of wheat because the former is first more durable, of course. Second, homogeneous, of course, and easily divisible. Now I don't think so, right? Wheat is actually more easily divisible. Okay, so 1 and 2. Now, as a form of money, polymer notes are more durable than paper notes. I think you all know that, right? 係咪啊 Now, pure silver better than diamond in terms of divisibility 咯，咪解咗好多次啦，係咪啊？唔講啦。Now, gold is preferred to cigarette when used as a money. Give 2 reasons. 唉，呢個唔解啦。Copy 啦。Okay, I don't want to waste your time here. All right, we are so close to a half-year exam. Now, once we are done with those explanation of monies, okay, now it's time to go into a topic which unfortunately not very common in exam. Okay, now let's get it done very quickly. Commodity means using goods as money. Okay, 係嘛？用 goods 啫嘛。For example, cigarette. And then another one, convertible money. Basically, it will be your check. Something you go to bank in exchange for money. Okay, now fiat money. This is what we use nowadays. Okay, fiat money. We use something and call it the legal tender. Then it is fiat money. For example, your bank notes. 而家啦，你手頭上嗰張銀紙，其實點解 ？How come it is a money? Because the government say so. If the government didn't say so, then it's no different from trash paper. 其實如果政府唔講呢句，你等於揸住張廢紙嘅啫。OK, fiat 代用。OK, the paper has no relationship with money whatsoever, unless the government claims that it is. Electronic money 可唔可以唔解啊 ？Now deposits, okay, deposit. Remember, we have several types of deposit in our syllabus. First, we have our demand deposit, which is our check account. Okay, usually 0 interest. Another one will be saving deposit. Okay, now this time with interest, usually low. Now we have time deposit with higher interest. But there is also something we call maturity, which means you need to put in the money for a period of time before you can take out, or you will face penalty. We call this maturity. 係咪啊？你未到期啊，你唔準攞出嚟啊！攞出嚟要扣錢㗎，係咪啊 ？And finally, something we call NCD, Negotiable Certificate of Deposit. Okay, NCD, basically a time deposit, with the exception that it is transferable. 可以賣俾人嘅 time deposit。嗱，呢個我唔講咁多啦，好嘛？ Now, what about the currency system in Hong Kong? Okay, first of all, in Hong Kong, there are 4 legal tender issuing organizations. Okay, first one, of course, our Hong Kong Monetary Authority. Okay, now second, third, and fourth, we have 3 banks you need to know. First, HSBC. Second, Bank of China. And third will be our Standard Chartered. 呢3間係發鈔銀行嚟㗎，得唔得 ？Standard Chartered。OK， 得唔得 ？Now, for how to issue HKMA, you need to know. HKMA issue only $10 notes and coins. OK， 得唔得？佢哋係銀仔同埋10蚊啫。Now, here, the procedure to issuing these money in Hong Kong goes like this. Okay, now the banks, okay, we are talking about banks. If they want to issue Hong Kong dollar, now what do? They actually need to give to HKMA some amount of US dollar, okay, and the rate HKMA between HKMA and bank will always be 1 USD to 7.8 Hong Kong dollar, always, won't change. In return, HKMA will give something we call a certificate of indebtedness, CI, to prove that they can issue certain amounts of Hong Kong dollar because you have given me the USD. Okay, 得唔得? So this is the way they do it. Okay, 好嘛? So here, now finally, exchange rates. Now Hong Kong, first of all, you need to know Hong Kong is what we call a linked exchange rate system. 聯繫匯率啦，嗱咁咩叫聯繫匯率呢？嗱 ，for this chapter we will only briefly talk about it. In later in Form 6, you'll learn it in detail. Okay, now there are only two things you need to know. One, between banks and HKMA, between them, okay, the rate will always be 1 to this. Okay, fixed. Okay, this is going to be fixed. Now, but in the market, actually, it allows them to flow between this one, either 7.75 to 7.85. Allow the market to flow within this band. Okay, if it flows outside of this band, this range, okay, this is a floating. Okay, if it is outside of this, okay, the bank and the HKMA will do some intervention. Okay, but you see, it's not completely fixed. Okay, again, in Form 6, we learn more. So let's skip it. Okay, we will skip it. Now, 喂，做乜條波越嚟越唔聽話嘅？喂，等等啦 ，sorry。Now let's see whether this is better. Yes, much better, right? Much better, right? All right, now here finally into the last topic of banking. All right, now remember there are two types of banks in our syllabus. First type of bank we call commercial banks, the banks that we use. Okay, now within them there are two subcategories. Okay, retail bank, okay, that serve us, and merchant banks, which we do not know because we don't use, 係嘛？唔係 serve 我哋嘅 serve firms. Okay, now another type will be called central bank. Basically in Hong Kong, the HKMA. 係咪 HKMA? Okay, now for these, okay, I'm not going to talk about each and every of them. I just want to talk about several of them. Okay, now first, here, supervise and monitor the monetary market and carry out monetary policy. Unfortunately, in Hong Kong, it doesn't happen. Now, mainly due to the fact that we are under a linked exchange rate system. 我哋係聯繫匯率制度啊，得唔得？ We are being hindered in Hong Kong. We are being hindered by USD. We need to follow suit. We cannot have our own monetary policy. But again, let's learn it in Form 6. Okay, and here, central clearing. Now, what is central clearing? Okay, now let's imagine there are three banks actually, A, B, and C. So in one day, 1 transaction, 2 transactions, 3 transactions, 4 transactions, 5 transactions, go. so many transactions going on. If you need to settle each and every transaction, you'll be in a headache. 找數都找到手軟啦。So central clearing, what they do, they just bookkeep all the transaction, and at the day end, they only give you a net value. For example, Bank A owes Bank B $50, okay, and you only settle one time. Okay, this is what we call central clearing. Also, last resort, lender of last resort. Now, what is lender of last resort? Now, lender of last resort means that when banks run out of money, they can ask the central bank to borrow money. Okay, now we call this the discount window. Tip in turn in Chinese. Okay, this will be the discount window. Tip in turn. Okay, ma. All right. Now, for more details, just look at the textbook. I don't want to waste your time here. Now, commercial banks, I don't want to talk about it because it's going to waste your time again. Now, here, let's look at one example. Now, which of the following is not a function of the HKMA? Let's see. Okay. Now, first of all, determining interbank offer rates in Hong Kong. No, this is not HKMA. When we talk about interbank offer rate, okay, now this is from free market. The banks will settle the rate by themselves. HKMA do not interfere. Okay, 係咪佢自己去定啊 ？Okay, what does HKMA determine? They only, okay, HKMA only determines the discount rate, not the interbank rate. 佢淨係睇 discount rate 嘅啫。哇，咩啊 ？They only determine the discount rate, not the interbank rate. Okay, now others I don't talk about，唔講啦，其他。Now finally, now this chapter you see a lot of things, but a lot of things that doesn't require explanation. Finally, in Hong Kong, banks are in fact broken down into 3 different tiers， 有唔同嘅層次嘅，原來佢哋係嘛？嗱 here, okay, now the first tier of bank we call licensed bank. They are basically they do all， 乜都做得嘅呢啲 bank， okay。Now, for example, all types of deposit they can accept any amount of deposit and however long they want. Okay, all no problem. Licensed bank 我哋平時去開嗰啲銀行咯，係嘛 ？As opposed to there are 2 different types. Okay, now what is minimum paid up capital? It means how much money in order to open the banks. 梗係咁你要做得 licensed bank， 你梗要多啲錢啦。You of course need more money to have this kind of power， 係嘛 ？Alright, now if you don't have that much money, right, you fall into the second and third type, okay? Either a restricted licensed bank or a deposit-taking company. You see, right? Both of them only can take time deposit and NCD. Therefore, when you write a check account, okay, a check account, it must be a licensed bank. When you go to saving deposit, it must be a licensed bank, okay? 係嘛？好啦 time deposit, NCD. Now, the funny thing is, for restricted licensed bank, they at least this amount of money. For DDC, a little bit less, 係咪啊？10萬啫 but with a maturity, you need to put it at least 3 months. You can't just put it for 1 day and then take it away. No. Okay? As to why we have such a restriction, no. This is just for the stability of the money market, which we are not going to spend too much time on. Okay? Now, the only thing you need to do with this table is to recite. There is no trick. Once you recite the table, you will see the questions are actually quite easy to deal with. For example, David plans to deposit this amount of money for 6 months. When you say deposit, licensed bank must be okay. 無敵㗎嘛佢哋係咪啊？ Now, for 6 months. So let's check. 6 months. All of them can accept. What about this amount? This amount, restricted licensed bank cannot, because restricted licensed bank at least this amount. Therefore, no, restricted licensed bank cannot. 1-3. 對 table 嘅就冇特別㗎。Again, plans to deposit in a financial for 2 months. Of course, deposit license bank. Now, this amount, RLB okay. What about 2 months? RLB also okay. But DTC needs 3 months. 要3個月嘅 DTC 得唔得？ So DTC not okay. 1 and 2. Alright, and up to page 11. That would be our chapter 19. Now you see, I have been going through chapter 19 quite quickly for the reason that, now let's face it, okay, chapter 19, not exactly the most important chapter in your DSE or in your half-year exam, okay? So basically the whole chapter is definitions upon definitions on top of definitions. Really nothing special, okay? So with this, we are officially done with the syllabus of our half-year exam. So let me say good luck to our half-year exam. Alright, so see you later.